Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. So, 49 people are dead, some 40 plus injured, all because of a madman with a gun. A white supremacist with a gun. A bigot with a gun. A low-life son of a bitch with a gun. What crime could you think that these people have? Yeah, they were worshiping their God in their own mosque, harming nobody, hurting nobody. Yet this Australian decided he would come over and murder people. He targeted New Zealand and Christchurch specifically because of their peace-loving people and their peace within their nation, their peaceful nation in general. That is what he targeted. He did it on purpose, thinking that I guess he could shock the world, making people want to fight, making people want to start wars and shit over it. He wanted to start a race war. You're not going to win, dude. You and your kind will not succeed. We will not let it succeed. Like in a free society, especially here in the United States, you've got your rights to speak. So you white supremacists out there, you can say what you want and the government can't shut you down. But the rest of us sure can. We don't have to sit idly by and listen to your hateful, vile rhetoric any longer. To the rest of us in this world, when you hear that kind of hate, you have to speak it against it. You have to speak up against it. I don't care where it happens. I don't care if you see a post on Facebook. I don't care if it's somebody on the street. That kind of hate has got to be called out and drowned out at the same time. If there's one thing that I cannot stand, it's bigotry. It's hate, because I don't understand it. The whole concept that you're going to hate somebody because of the color of their skin, the God they worship, or the person they love at home. Hate has no place in a civil society. You have no business deciding who lives and dies either. So to those people that are white supremacists, white nationalists out there, fuck off. Who gives you the right to decide who's good enough to live and who's not? And many of the white supremacists I've read about claim to be Christians. You know, in your Bible, it doesn't say God created white people in his image. No, it says God created man in his image. That means all of us. White, black, brown, doesn't matter. Shouldn't matter what religion people are either. You can just leave well enough alone and not bother people. If they're not bothering you, don't bother them. And I won't repeat this guy's name. I will not say this guy's name. I will not read his little stupid manifesto. I will simply sit here and tell you that I will not stand for bigots any longer. I don't give two shits who they think they are. You don't get to choose who lives and dies simply because you don't like the color of their skin or the God they worship. You are not tasked with deciding who lives and dies. If you're a religious person, only one person has control of when somebody lives and dies. And if you're not a religious person, then I assume nature decides who lives and dies. You don't get to choose that. Just because you hate a certain group of people doesn't mean you get to kill them. The fuck you think you are? Choosing who lives and dies. I'm completely beyond angry. This is beyond rage. And my anger is only tempered by my heartbreak for the families and friends of the victims. And for the entire nation of New Zealand. My heart goes out to you. But we've got to stand up to these white supremacists. We've got to tell them not anymore. That we are not going to stand for it anymore. If we all stand as one and tell them to fuck off, guess what? They'll have to disappear now, won't they? Now, I don't usually cuss in my videos. I don't usually lose my temper that badly in my videos. So if foul language bothers you, I'm sorry. But I will not re-record this video. It is what it is. I really don't know what else to say. I will say this video will not be monetized. It just wouldn't be right. But if there's any way you can help these people, you know, look, there are places you can go. I'm sure if you went to the Red Cross website, they may be able to, you know, point you in the right direction on where you could help. But I can't do this. Every week, over and over again, there's another mass shooting. From Columbine all the way back to when I was a senior in high school. To Newtown in 2012. Vegas, Sutherland Springs, Parkland, Paris, Christchurch, New Zealand. Just to name a few. And no, now is not the time for trying to make political points. That's the reason you're not going to get one here. But my heart breaks for these people. I just don't understand how one son of a bitch thinks he has the right to gun down children as well as adults. But if there's one thing you know about the Big Rancho and me, is I do not stand for people harming children. I will not put up with it. I do not think it is proper to even let this guy be breathing. But you know what? In New Zealand, they don't do the death penalty. And maybe it's right that they don't. Because we've already lost 49 humans. Why add more death? But the rage in me says that he needs to be offed. But then the kinder side of me, the loving side of me, says no. I really don't know what to say anymore. I am beyond angry. I am beyond, rage. I just don't understand. I will not understand how how people come to the point that they think that they have the right to decide who lives and dies. To the people of New Zealand, I am sorry for these attacks. I am sorry that some son of a bitch had to try to, attack you the way they did. I am sorry to the families of the victims. I'm sure those church communities, those mosque communities will be back stronger than ever. Anyways, this has been the Big Ranch Show. I've been your host, Jacob Keck. Keep these people in your thoughts and prayers. And, fight hate. That's really all we can do. I'll see you down the road.